Across its vast expanse, wonders lie hidden, their beauty leaving us speechless. Mesmerizing places that have captivated us in legendary films. Sometimes they are nestled in locations that are difficult to reach. Other times, in extraordinary national parks. We embark on an adventure to uncover the most unusual sights in the United States. Including destinations that may not be as well known, but are equally remarkable. Maui, Hawaii. Known as the Valley Isle, due to the two volcanoes connected by a flat isthmus. The interplay of climate, topography, and geology creates a huge array of environments. Mountains foster diverse microclimates, yielding rainy areas and dense tropical forests. Roads wind and weave, blending with the natural surroundings. Along Maui's coast, various natural wonders exist, such as the Nakalele blowhole. Past volcanic activity has shaped secondary islands in the waters. Molokini is one such crater, popular for diving and snorkeling. The marine ecosystem teems with life. In winter, spotting humpback whales is common. Here's a young one, brimming with curiosity. Hawaii's warm waters are ideal for birthing and nurturing. They also serve as a venue for social interactions. At Maui's core lies Haleakala, a volcano. Its crater is so big that Manhattan could fit within. The summit rises above a third of the Earth's troposphere. An altitude that offers prime conditions for stargazing. In the island's western part, colors more. One of the planet's most awe-inspiring spots is unveiled. This valley, with its steep vegetation-covered cliffs, remains inaccessible on foot. It casts a prehistoric aura, highlighting human insignificance against natural marvels. This is Honokohau Falls, cascading in stages to a small pool at its base. Kauai, Hawaii. The oldest island in the Hawaiian archipelago, shaped by volcanic activity. Dubbed the Garden Isle for its lush vegetation, tropical landscapes, and natural wonders. Among them, Mount Waialele exudes a mystic aura. It is known as one of the wettest places on Earth. From a cliff section, several waterfalls create what resembles a wall of tears. On Kauai's coast, the Napali Coast stands out as one of the world's most spectacular settings. Featuring steep slopes and captivating oceanic views. Here, sea caves emerge as unique geological phenomena. Accessible only by sea. Formed by the relentless action of the waves against the rocks. Exploring them evokes pirate adventures. This is the open ceiling cave, almost circular. Its top opening was formed when the roof of an ancient underwater cave collapsed. Glacier National Park, Montana. Referred to as the continent's crown jewel, it encompasses various conservation areas. The landscape is defined by mountains shaped by glaciers during the last ice age. Hundreds of lakes are found here, though many remain unnamed. A significant number originated in glacial cirques carved out by erosion. Going to the Sun Road traverses the park on a winding path. Completed in 1932, it was designed to blend with the natural surroundings. However, the park's emblematic creature is the Rocky Mountain goat. It's perfectly adapted to life on the steep, rocky, alpine terrain. Zion National Park, Utah. Majestic canyons slice through layers of red sandstone. This national park is characterized by its steep cliffs and plateaus. The Narrows is the narrowest section of Zion Canyon. Here, visitors wade through the course of the Virgin River. Beyond the paved path, the trail continues directly in the water. To the south lies Angel's Landing, a challenging hike. The ascent is particularly steep. With sections where the path becomes more perilous. From the summit, panoramic views of the canyon and various iconic peaks unfold. Death Valley National Park, California and Nevada. Situated in the Mojave and Colorado deserts, this area is defined by its extreme environment and the occurrence of peculiar events. It's ranked among the hottest places on Earth. The landscape is deserted, filled with massive dunes. This arid climate gives rise to sandstorms. The dry terrain allows the wind to lift and carry away particles. Equally astonishing is the sight of large rocks moving on their own across the desert plain. At first glance, it seems supernatural, yet there's a logical explanation. When the valley fills with water, cold nights lead to the formation of ice around the rocks. This enables winds to shift them, a process that leaves visible trails. Continuing with unusual events, the park, despite its dryness, occasionally bursts into life. But this isn't a constant occurrence. It happens only in years with sufficient rainfall, when dormant seeds receive the moisture needed to sprout. Here lies Badwater Basin, the lowest point in North America. This salt flat was once the bed of a prehistoric lake that evaporated thousands of years ago, leaving behind a thick crust of salt. At certain times, walking becomes hazardous, as temperatures can soar unexpectedly. On the ground, another visual spectacle unfolds. Expanses of white salt create polygonal patterns. The salt expands and contracts, subject to extreme temperature and humidity variations. Ouray, Colorado. It's a quaint alpine town, among the most beautiful in the United States. Due to its appearance and setting, it's dubbed America's Switzerland. Surrounded by San Juan Mountains, a part of the Rocky Mountains. Its steep slopes are reminiscent of the Swiss Alps. As are its expansive green valleys. Snowmelt and rainfall give rise to waterfalls cascading down the mountains. Bear Creek falls directly from the rocky cliff. Meanwhile, rivers meander around the town. They are popular spots for rafting and other water sports. Goblin Valley State Park, Utah. Originally, this area was blanketed with sediments from ancient seas. Over time, these compacted into solid rock. Later, natural forces sculpted these pillars into goblin-like silhouettes. Today, they continue to evolve, gradually altering their appearance. Cracks are a part of the park's fascinating geology. They range in size from minor fissures to larger gaps. Unlike other protected areas, this valley is better equipped for tourist visits. One can wander freely without designated trails. This allows for personal exploration of its myriad goblins. Oahu, Hawaii. Known as the Gathering Place, it is the most populous island in the archipelago. It features mountainous terrain with the Ko'olo Range standing out in the eastern sector. Roads carved through the mountains, punctuated by tunnels. Deep valleys have formed in the rugged terrain. In Kualoa, another mountainous marvel, the oceanic blue and jungle green create a dazzling contrast. It exudes an ambiance that could belong to the Cretaceous era. Native Hawaiians consider it sacred land. The entertainment industry has repeatedly chosen this area for its breathtaking landscapes. It's been the backdrop for numerous movies and TV shows. Even in Honolulu, Hawaii's capital in the southeast of Oahu, nature continues to assert its presence. The Diamond Head Crater, or Leahi, formed by an explosive eruption millennia ago, has dominated the skyline for ages. British explorers mistook the hillside calcite crystals for diamonds, giving it its name. The summit is reached by a trail along the crater's rim. At the top, splendid views of the Pacific, Honolulu, and Waikiki unfold. We shift our focus to discover the famed Hawaiian waves. Oahu's North Shore is hailed as the surfing mecca. Gigantic waves, sharp reefs, and shallow waters make surfing here a dangerous endeavor. The tubular waves add to the thrill. These hollow waves are shaped by the unique geographical composition of these beaches. Unalaska Island, Alaska. Located within the Aleutian Islands, a chain of hundreds of volcanic isles. The coastline is irregular, backed by mountainous terrain. With glacial lakes present in alpine areas. The arrival of spring melts the ice, unleashing immense waterfalls. Situated on the Pacific Ring of Fire, Unalaska is near several active volcanoes. The island is known for its sharp peaks, often shrouded in fog. Warm, moist Pacific air meets and cools against the chilly sea currents, condensing into fog. The waters near the Aleutian archipelago are prime for whale watching. The bubble net feeding of humpback whales is one of the ocean's most captivating spectacles. Many whales circle beneath fish or krill, creating bubbles to herd them upward. As prey clusters, the whales surface with open mouths. Yet, these magnificent creatures face threats. The teeming marine life attracts orcas in search of food. Under certain conditions, they dare to hunt humpback whale calves, a rarely witnessed event. They operate in groups, employing highly coordinated tactics. Once the mother is distracted, they pursue the calf for hours, aiming to exhaust and suffocate it, preventing it from surfacing. They can deliver bites, among the strongest in the animal kingdom. After their effort, they manipulate the body to reach specific parts. Often, they consume only the tongue, leaving the carcass nearly intact. Yosemite National Park, California. Far from the hustle of nearby Las Vegas, this splendid natural retreat offers tranquility and peace. The grandeur of its granite formations leaves a lasting impression. El Capitan is the most famous, renowned as one of the world's premier climbing spots. With its immense vertical face, it stands as a landmark in the valley. From the summit, the view is breathtaking. When sufficient snow accumulates atop El Capitan, a magical event occurs: the firefall. As the setting sun's rays strike Horsetail Fall, it takes on the appearance of blazing flames. It's believed there are over 25 waterfalls in Yosemite. However, the exact count varies with the seasons. They are most prominent in spring and summer, when snowmelt descends from the peaks. Each waterfall is unique, like Bridal Veil Fall, which emits a mist when the breeze blows, creating rainbows at certain times of the year. Moving from the valley to Yosemite's southern entrance, we encounter Mariposa Grove, home to hundreds of giant sequoias. It's also the largest grove in this national park. Observing these living beings evokes a profound sense of wonder. The most majestic trees are known by unique names, such as the grizzly giant. It stands among the most massive in Mariposa Grove, and may be one of the oldest in the world. Just one of its branches dwarfs other tree species in size. Kelp Forest, California. Few underwater ecosystems in the world can match them. Located in areas where the cold, nutrient-rich waters of the Pacific reach the California coast, they serve as dynamic stages where life intertwines with death. These forests of giant algae grow at an astonishing rate. The fronds extend so long that the ocean floor, their point of origin, becomes obscured from view. Their density is such that they block sunlight, plunging the environment into darkness. Despite their allure, they're not recommended for inexperienced divers. For divers, getting entangled in thick kelp can become a deadly trap, preventing escape. Numerous animal species thrive in these intricate marine forests. Like the giant sea bass, which is an apex predator within the habitat. They grow to enormous sizes, feeding on crustaceans, squid, and other fish. Moreover, curious seals find sanctuary within the dense marine vegetation. They serve as indicators of ecological health, with their population reflecting the ecosystem's status. Yellowstone National Park, Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho. It holds the distinction of being the world's first established national park in 1872. A place of unique beauty due to its high geological activity. Volcanic processes have sculpted geological landmarks, such as the Yellowstone Canyon. Within it lie the awe-inspiring Yellowstone Falls. Beneath the park's surface lies a massive supervolcano, the source of its intense geothermal activity. The color spectrum of the Grand Prismatic Spring astonishes onlookers. This is due to thermophilic bacteria residing in its mineral-rich waters. The Firehole River meanders through the most geothermally active regions. Receiving contributions from numerous hot springs and geysers. This raises its water temperature. Nearby is Old Faithful, one of Yellowstone's most iconic geysers. It's named for the reliability and accountability of its eruptions. Heading north lies the Norris Geyser Basin, known for the extraordinary energy of its geysers. This is due to its location near the intersection of Yellowstone's three major seismic faults. Further north are the Mammoth Hot Springs. Mineral waters releasing calcium carbonate create these travertine terraces. They continuously change in color and shape, influenced by the geothermal dynamics. Grand Teton National Park, Wyoming. The Teton mountain range dominates the horizon of this preserve. It is relatively young in geological terms, having formed about 10 million years ago. In November, snowfalls arrive, and the wildlife adapts to the environment. Predators such as the lynx continue their hunt. It uses its keen sense to detect prairie dogs, approaching and waiting patiently. The lynx takes advantage of dirt mounds for camouflage, and when a pronghorn emerges, it strikes swiftly. Other species, such as the pronghorn, need to migrate with the onset of winter. The local herds sense the impending snowfall. They move with the seasons to access fresh pastures. Their journey south from the Grand Teton crosses federal lands and private properties. A trek that lasts several days, during which the pronghorns must navigate obstacles, such as fences and roads. Luray Caverns, Virginia. Discovered in 1878, these are the largest caverns in the eastern United States. They host an abundant variety of stalactites and stalagmites. Eventually, some merge, forming columns. One of the most astonishing features is the Great Stalacpipe Organ, which produces musical notes when specific stalactites are struck. The cavern also features crystal clear water pools that reflect the overhead limestone rock formations. Lake Superior. It is part of the Great Lakes, a collection of 5 freshwater lakes on the United States-Canada border. Lake Superior is the largest and northernmost of the 5. It touches the shores of Wisconsin, Michigan, and Minnesota, with Canada to the north. Its coastline ranges from soft, sandy beaches to rugged, rocky shores. Waves can reach considerable sizes, especially during storms. They can even be broad enough for surfing. In the lake's southern region, Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore spans a section of the coast. Here, nature has carved its own masterpieces. And it has adorned its creations with colorful hues. Groundwater seeping through sandstone carries minerals that stain the rock. With the onset of winter, the cold intensifies, and the waters turn to ice. Coastal areas and bays tend to freeze first. Forming magnificent ice sculptures. Vermilion Cliffs, Arizona, and Utah. Within this protected area, a wide range of geological structures captivates observers. Its name derives from the vibrant reddish hues of the rocks. In remote areas like White Pocket, the landscapes take on shapes reminiscent of distant planets. The presence of variously colored minerals creates intricate patterns. Since Jurassic times, erosion has transformed the rocks, creating wavy designs. Due to their folded texture, some formations resemble a human brain. In another part of Vermilion Cliffs is the Wave, with contours that mimic waves frozen in time. Eons ago, desert dunes were compressed into striped sandstone. Over the years, they have acquired a spectrum of colors and adopted curvy outlines. At first glance, it may appear small, but its scale is immense. Big Island, Hawaii. It is Hawaii's largest island. A distinctive feature of its geography is the waterfalls plunging directly into the ocean. Frequent volcanic eruptions have shaped its coastline. Gradually, lava flows have contributed to the island's incremental growth. Diving into its waters reveals fissures in the solidified lava. There are undersea currents that are part of the Pacific Ocean's flow. Most of Hawaii's active volcanoes are located on the Big Island, including Mauna Loa. It ranks among the world's most active volcanoes. Various craters and fissures dot its summit. Lava flows in a relatively gentle manner. This allows for the spread of basaltic lava flows. East of Mauna Loa is Kilauea, near the coast. It has several craters, with Halameamea being prominent. Its eruptions tend to be effusive, with lava flowing steadily. During an eruption, a fascinating phenomenon occurs. Lava meets the ocean. Generating massive steam plumes. This causes explosions that hurl volcanic rock fragments. Lava cools quickly upon contact with the waves. Solidifying to create new land extensions. As night falls, the lava continues to flow. Illuminating the rocks in a dramatic natural display. The island's high volcanic activity has formed lava tubes. These occur when the outer lava cools and solidifies while the inner flow continues. Canyonlands National Park, Utah. It serves as a natural book on geology. The park conserves a landscape carved into canyons, plateaus, and hills. It is divided into 4 main districts. Island in the Sky is the most accessible, offering views from high plateaus. While elongated rock formations define the Needles district, the Maze district is a less accessible area. The latter is the district of the Colorado and Green Rivers, which have carved 2 great canyons into the Colorado Plateau. Moreover, the park preserves a rich cultural history with petroglyphs and pictographs. These are attributed to the Anasazi and Fremont, ancient inhabitants of the region over millennia. However, the exact meaning of many of these remains a mystery. Black Hills National Forest, South Dakota, and Wyoming. This forest is renowned for its lush, tree-covered hills and rocky outcrops. It derives its name from the dark tone of the pine forests highlighted by mists. In Custer State Park, located within the Black Hills, meadows are embellished with granite formations known as the Needles. In the forest's eastern region stands the iconic Mount Rushmore. Carved into the granite massif, it portrays George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Devil's Tower National Monument, Wyoming. This colossal natural formation stands prominently to the northwest of the Black Hills. Various Native American communities refer to it as the refuge of the bear, due to the area's abundant bear population. Its appearance is unique, featuring a flat top and hexagonal and pentagonal rock columns. This structure formed from magma hardening within the Earth's crust and the gradual erosion of the surrounding rocks. Big Bend National Park, Texas. Its remote location bestows a sense of seclusion. A haven for paleontologists imbued with a deep geological history. The park protects fossils of dinosaurs, as well as ancient marine creatures. Santa Elena Canyon stands out as a geographic landmark within the park. Its vertical rock walls rise from the Rio Grande. Throughout the semi-desert journey, the riverbank encourages the growth of various plant species. Grand Staircase, Escalante National Monument, Utah. It's regarded as one of the country's most remote areas. River flows have carved deep and narrow canyons. In Zebra Slot Canyon, the walls are striped, bearing patterns akin to a zebra's. In places, water pools from seasonal rains. The exterior of this national monument is arid, yet within its canyons lies an unexpected wealth of vegetation. Streams become vital oases, providing essential water. In other areas, stone mushrooms rise on pedestals. Nearby lies the Grand Chamber, a cavern formed by the wear of time. Ship Rock, New Mexico. Emerging from the desert plain of the Navajo Nation in northwest New Mexico, this natural structure stands as a beacon. What is visible today are the remnants of a volcano, formed hundreds of thousands of years ago. In Navajo, it's called Sabitai, meaning the rock with wings. Dikes radiate in various directions from its central neck. These are traces of lava conduits that once spread across the land. Monarch butterfly migration, California. An unparalleled natural marvel. The butterflies traverse the United States from their northern breeding sites to their hibernation areas in California and Mexico. California's coastal microclimates provide the setting for their winter survival. They cluster in dense groups for protection. While they frequent various tree species, they often favor eucalyptus for its conducive microclimate. Mendenhall Glacier, Alaska. Alaska has more glaciers than the rest of the United States combined. Among these, Mendenhall stands out as one of the most accessible. These caves are corridors carved with the glacier's ice. In summer, when the weather becomes more stable, access becomes possible. They're dynamic, changing in appearance as the glacier evolves. Melting ice on the surface forms extensive water channels inside. Nugget Falls is also fed by meltwater, cascading directly to Mendenhall Lake. The water has carved a path through the rock, creating the stunning waterfall seen today. Black Rock Desert, Nevada. As far as the eye can see, this broad expanse of arid land stretches. Predominantly flat, it's bordered by low-lying mountains. This desert is home to a notable population of mustangs. They have developed adaptations to survive in the extreme conditions. Hot springs are also among its distinctive features. This geological activity has led to the creation of Fly Geyser. It emerged in 1916 during the drilling for geothermal resources. Improper sealing led to the accumulation and rise of minerals. The continuously emanating water is inhabited by thermophilic algae, which color the rocks in various hues. Florida Keys, Florida. In a tropical setting, this is a chain of coral islands. They extend from the tip of the Florida Peninsula into the Gulf of Mexico. Linking several islands, the 7-mile bridge offers views of the Atlantic Ocean. It's a major engineering feat on the overseas highway. which spans the entire archipelago. Beneath these waters lies the only living coral reef in North America. Species such as the horseshoe crab reside here. Ocean currents occasionally bring the Portuguese man-of-war, Physalia physalis, to the shores. Its stings can be severe, but it's not a jellyfish, rather a colony of organisms known as a siphonophore. Near the reefs, barracudas contribute to marine biodiversity. They possess elongated bodies with jaws filled with sharp teeth. Encountering them is often an intimidating experience. They have a fierce reputation, but attacks on humans are extremely rare. Within the same coral reefs, mesmerizing and elusive events occur. During the spawning, the barrel sponge releases gametes into the water, creating a whitish cloud. This phenomenon tends to occur at night, making it difficult to observe. Olympic National Park, Washington. Surrounded by temperate forests, the Olympic Mountains stand at the heart of this reserve. Firs and cedars are among the diverse vegetation populating the dense forests here. Of all the rainforests within the protected area, the Hoh stands out for its uniqueness. The abundance of moss gives it an enchanted forest ambiance. Native species, such as the Roosevelt elk, inhabit it. It's an ideal habitat for these large herbivores who prefer abundant vegetation year-round. Great Salt Lake, Utah. What remains today is a remnant of the prehistoric Lake Bonneville. Its lack of an outlet to the sea contributes to its high salinity. The white hues are due to the high concentration of salt crystallizing. Reddish tones come from microorganisms thriving in this extreme environment. The Great Salt Lake features multiple islands, with Antelope Island being the largest. Prairies, low-altitude hills and mountains dominate the landscape. Despite its name, the island hosts a large herd of American bison. They were introduced in 1893 as part of an effort to preserve the species. Since then, the population has grown to become one of the healthiest herds in the country. Badlands National Park, South Dakota. A land of vast prairies once ruled by the Sioux. It stands as one of the few places where the American grassland remains almost untouched. Species such as the North American porcupine and the prairie dog dwell here. It's estimated that between 30 and 60 million bison once lived in this area. Via the loop road, visitors access the park's scattered clay and limestone formations. These erode faster than the more compact layers, creating plateaus and pinnacles. Weeki Wachee, Florida. This small town is renowned for its mermaid shows. The Weeki Wachee River, with its stunningly clear waters, flows into the Gulf of Mexico. Visitors explore the surroundings through activities like kayaking. Various animals reside in these waters, with manatees being particularly notable. They are drawn to the warm waters during the winter. Antelope Canyon, Arizona. Nestled on Navajo land, this slot canyon is a natural marvel. Over the ages, water has carved these natural corridors. Sandstone walls rise and converge in astonishingly narrow spaces. At certain points, the passages are so tight that they're challenging to navigate. Inside the canyon, there's a profound sense of immersion in nature. Shafts of light that penetrate create dazzling optical effects. Tornado Alley. a region in the country's center known for generating tornadoes of extraordinary magnitude. It includes parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, Iowa, and Colorado. The mix of cold, dry air from the Rockies with warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico induces supercells. These are the types of storms most likely to produce tornadoes. For a tornado to form, a rotating column of air within the storm is crucial. A segment of this rotating air narrows and accelerates, creating a funnel. If this funnel touches the ground, it becomes a tornado. Clouds are thick, debris flies, and there's a high sensation of pressure. At their peak destructive phase, some tornadoes are massive. They reach intense rotational winds, capable of demolishing almost anything in their path. Monument Valley, Arizona, Utah. Defined by reddish plateaus and unique geological formations. It's one of the most recognizable symbols of the American West. The buttes rising from the desert dominate the landscape. Their reddish hue is due to the iron oxide in their composition. This Wild West backdrop has made Monument Valley a favorite filming location. Including classics directed by John Ford, as well as films like Forrest Gump and 2001: A Space Odyssey. A short distance to the north, in Utah, Factory Butte stands out for its distinctive castle or factory-like appearance. Like other natural monuments, its appearance slowly changes under the impact of natural erosion. In this Martian-like desert, the Mars Desert Research Station has been established. Its purpose is to research strategies for Mars exploration, simulating living in a similar environment. Nine Mile Canyon, Utah. Contrary to its name, it actually stretches much further, spanning dozens of miles. It's known as the world's longest art gallery due to its high density of prehistoric art. Cultures such as the Fremont lived in the area centuries ago. The art includes depictions of human figures, animals, abstract symbols, and hunting scenes. Niagara Falls, United States and Canada. Located on the border between the two countries, this natural wonder is awe-inspiring. The water's turbulence creates a mist that can be seen from afar. Formed after the retreat of glaciers, they have evolved over millennia. The falls are categorized into 3 distinct cascades. Both the American Falls and Bridal Veil Falls are on the United States side. Horseshoe Falls, the largest, spans a minor portion of the United States and primarily Canadian territory. In winter, the freezing temperatures cause large sections of the falls to freeze. This results in the formation of ice mountains at the base of the waterfalls. Big Sur, California. This sparsely populated area boasts one of the world's most spectacular roadways. Where the Pacific Ocean meets the land, the Santa Lucia Mountains rise steeply. The coast is outlined by Highway 1, a renowned California state route. Included in its highlights is the Bixby Creek Bridge, completed in 1932, an emblem of Big Sur. A rarity is found at a beach in Julia Pfeiffer Burns State Park. Midway Falls, with its stream that plunges directly into the ocean. Katmai National Park and Preserve, Alaska. It stands out as an exceptional destination for wildlife observation. The park boasts one of the highest densities of brown bears in the world. Summer is the prime time for watching bears. Especially at Brooks Falls, where they gather to fish. As salmon leap to overcome the waterfall, bears attempt to catch them. Younger bears often try to chase the fish. Due to their inexperience, they haven't yet mastered the less effortful techniques of their elders. Everglades National Park, Florida. This wide ecosystem includes wetlands, freshwater marshes, seagrass meadows, and mangroves. Often referred to as the River of Grass, it's an expansive shallow water system. It's a critical site for birds to feed, nest, and reproduce. Home to one of the largest concentrations of ospreys. In the marshy areas, the American alligator reigns as the top predator. They typically glide silently or rest in the swamps. In the rivers and canals, abundant with vegetation, reside the region's unique animals. Among these are the manatees, gentle and serene by nature. They spend most of their time consuming aquatic plants. Eating up to 10% of their body weight daily. The rest of their time is spent resting or socializing. Arches National Park, Utah. Displays a stunning landscape of red sandstone that embodies the essence of the American Southwest. Encompassing over 2,000 natural arches. Over millions of years, they have been shaped by various geological processes. Though they appear eternal, it's estimated that 1 or 2 arches collapse each year, while new ones gradually form. Grand Canyon, Arizona. Regarded as one of the world's most impressive geological features. Despite its vastness, it wasn't extensively mapped or explored until the 19th century. The Colorado River has carved it over millions of years. It showcases layers of sedimentary rock in various colors. Hiking is one of the most popular activities in the Grand Canyon. Natural hazards, while rare, can be deadly, ranging from falls to extreme heat. Among the nearby trails, the Hopi Salt Trail stands out, an ancient path used by the Hopi people. The journey is challenging, but reaching the shores of the Little Colorado River makes it all worthwhile. Its striking blue color results from the high concentration of calcium carbonate in the water. Downstream, Blue Spring emerges as a perennial spring, flowing into the confluence with the Colorado River. Channeled Scablands, Washington. This region's irregular topography is adorned with enormous natural monuments. They were formed by cataclysmic floods during the last ice age. The coulees emerged as a result of the floodwaters. But the most spectacular feature is Dry Falls. This awe-inspiring cliff is the remnant of what is believed to have been one of the largest waterfalls in the world. Its width was 5 times that of Niagara Falls, and its height nearly double. Another marvel of the area is the basalt columns. Though created long before the floods, they formed after periods of intense volcanic activity. Lake Tahoe, California, and Nevada. Surrounded by a blanket of coniferous forests, particularly firs and pines. It's renowned as one of the clearest lakes in terms of water clarity. Its granite rock bed doesn't break down into particles that cloud the water. On the coast, Cave Rock stands out for the legend of Tessie, similar to Nessie of Loch Ness. In specific areas around the lake, communities have been established. Featuring homes and cabins nestled along the shoreline. Red Rock Canyon, Nevada. A haven of tranquility, not far from bustling Las Vegas. Tectonic activity has played a role in sculpting these canyons. Red Rock gets its name from the color of sandstone formations. They bear a resemblance to Martian landscapes. At different times of day, they seem to change color. Nearby lies the valley of Fire State Park, maze of reddish rocks and cliffs with unusual appearances unfolds here. Here, the formations are composed of Aztec sandstone. Due to its otherworldly appearance, it has been a filming location for various movies, including exterior Martian scenes in Total Recall. Daniel Boone National Forest, Kentucky. This huge forest is enriched with an abundance of natural wonders. Starting with the lakes, among which Laurel River stands out. The density of the trees is reminiscent of tropical rainforests. Rising above the foliage, erosive action has sculpted a landscape resembling a city of rocks. Tectonic dynamics have gradually elevated certain areas. There are also over 100 natural arches, one of the country's highest concentrations. Moreover, nature has formed numerous caves. It's believed they have been used by humans for thousands of years. Cumberland Falls, a natural gem of Kentucky, is located in this national forest. Its power has earned it the nickname, the Niagara of the South. Denali National Park, Alaska. Brimming with untamed beauty, it ranks among the largest national parks in the United States. Higher elevations feature alpine tundras and glaciers. Mount Denali, North America's tallest peak, dominates the landscape. Exploring these regions unveils stark beauty. Boreal forests dominate the lower elevations. With few roads traversing these woods, the terrain remains wild and pristine. Kenai Fjords National Park, Alaska. Named for its numerous fjords. Plate tectonics have modified the terrain, with the Pacific Plate subducting beneath the North American Plate. Glaciers, like Exit Glacier, flow down toward the sea. Resurrection Bay, a haven of calm waters, lines the coast. It's an inlet bordered by towering mountains. The shoreline features dramatic rock formations. Some are pillars rising from the water, draped in vegetation. They are reminiscent of the iconic rock formations found in famous Thai or Vietnamese bays. Walker Canyon, California. Near Lake Elsinore, there's a stunning display of wildflowers. In certain seasons, usually after wet winters, the canyon undergoes a super bloom. The star is the California poppy, the state flower, in vibrant orange. Other wildflowers such as lupines, azaleas, and San Diego lilies also abound. Joshua Tree National Park, California. It spans the Mojave and Colorado deserts, each with its unique biodiversity. The distinctive Joshua tree gives the park its name. In the 19th century, Mormons likened the trees to hands praying towards heaven. Despite its arid climate, the park is home to many animal species, such as the Mojave desert tortoise. In rocky areas, unusual geomorphic structures are present. Like Skull Rock, which strikingly resembles a human skull. Bryce Canyon National Park, Utah. It's not exactly a canyon, but rather a series of massive natural amphitheaters. Home to the largest collection of hoodoos, elongated tower-like rocks. Water seeps and freezes in the cracks, exerting pressure on the rock. Due to its wide range of elevations, the park features various climate zones. Crater Lake National Park, Oregon. This mountain range encircles one of the United States' natural oddities. It protects North America's deepest crater lake, set within a volcanic landscape. Formed millennia ago, after Mount Mazama collapsed during a massive eruption. Over centuries, rainwater and snowmelt have filled the crater. On the lake's west side, Wizard Island gets its name from its resemblance to a wizard's hat. Glen Canyon National Recreation Area, Arizona and Utah. The Colorado River has carved this deep canyon. An iconic spot is Horseshoe Bend, with its distinct horseshoe-like curve. Much of Glen Canyon is submerged by Lake Powell. The intense blue of the water starkly contrasts with the red of the rocky elevations. It's a sought-after destination for boating, fishing, and other water-based recreational activities. Saguaro National Park, Arizona. Its mission is to protect the majestic saguaro cacti, emblems of the American West. They are the tallest cacti on Earth, capable of living more than 200 years. Rock art works are scattered throughout the park. Left by ancient peoples, such as the Hohokam. And, though it's a desert area, winter can bring snow to the higher elevations. These are usually light snowfalls, but they create an unusual vista of a desert clad in snow. Sequoia National Park, California. Home to the world's largest trees, including the colossal General Sherman tree. Recognized as Earth's largest tree. Estimated to be between 2,000 and 3,000 years old. This species thrives only in a narrow strip on the western slopes of the Sierra Nevada. Their longevity is due to their thick bark and high tannin content, providing fire resistance. But fires don't always harm them. They help open their cones, disperse seeds, regenerating the forest. Shoshone Falls, Idaho. Often called the Niagara of the West, its grandeur stands out. The abundant water contrasts with the arid surroundings. Originating from the Snake River, which flows through a deep canyon. Meeting a basalt ledge, the river plummets down, showcasing a burst of energy. Sedona, Arizona. Nestled in Oak Creek Valley and bordered by Coconino National Forest, this city exudes a unique energy. Many areas inhabited by Native Americans for thousands of years are considered sacred. The intense red of the rocks is amplified against the greenery. Some spots are believed to be energy vortexes, affecting human well-being. This reverence for the land has shaped the area's spiritual culture. Lawson Volcanic National Park, California. Located in a hotspot of geological activity, it features volcanoes, fumaroles, and hot springs. The painted dunes, made of colored volcanic ash, are notable. Yet, Mount Lawson, one of the world's largest lava domes, dominates. Bumpass Hell, a hydrothermal area, is named after a pioneer who was severely burned there. It features bubbling mud pots and steam venting fumaroles. The northern area has Cinder Cone, a well-preserved ash cone volcano. Reaching the trail's end, one can view the inner crate and surrounding landscape. Palouse, Washington. A unique geographic area in southeast Washington, stretching into northern Idaho and northeast Oregon. Its rolling, fertile hills are covered in farmland. Nineteenth-century barns are prevalent. Spring brings the green sea. After winter's rest, early year rains rejuvenate the land, sparking a burst of plant life. Barringer Crater, Arizona. Known as Meteor Crater, it formed about 50,000 years ago from a meteorite impact. It stands out as one of the best preserved meteorite impact sites. Miner Daniel Barringer was among the first to suggest its meteorite origin. NASA used the crater as a training ground for Apollo mission astronauts. Great Smoky Mountains National Park, Tennessee, and North Carolina. Encompassing a subrange of the Appalachian Mountains. Formed millions of years ago, these mountains are among the oldest on Earth. The park's name comes from a natural fog that often shrouds the area. The altitude supports a considerable array of ecosystems. It is home to over 19,000 documented species, though estimates suggest the number could be as high as 100,000. Sego Canyon, Utah. Its collection of rock art makes it an exceptional archaeological site. Featuring petroglyphs and pictograms from various historical periods. Including anthropomorphic figures, abstract designs, and animals. It is attributed to several cultures over millennia, including the Fremont, Ute, and possibly Anasazi. Notable are the ghosts, or spirits, characterized by their elongated bodies and vacant eyes, typically depicted without limbs. Newberry National Volcanic Monument, Oregon. Established to protect the environment around Newberry Volcano, a massive shield volcano. The volcano features a caldera formed by the collapse of land following massive eruptions. Within the caldera lie Paulina and East Lakes. To the north part of the larger volcanic complex sits Lava Butte. An ash cone created from an eruption about 7,000 years ago. Alabama Hills, California. A range of gently rounded hills. Unlike the nearby Sierra Nevada, which boasts jagged peaks. It has been a popular filming location since the dawn of cinema. The adjacent deserts accurately replicate the ambiance of Western films. St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. Located in the Caribbean Sea, it's one of the 3 main islands constituting the U.S. Virgin Islands. A common stop on Caribbean cruise itineraries. Originally settled by Danish colonists, it served as a trade hub. Despite its small size, it has a mountainous topography. The capital and port, Charlotte-Amalie, is steeped in the age of exploration. Featuring Danish colonial architecture, with narrow, steep streets. St. John, U.S. Virgin Islands. The smallest of the Virgin Islands, like St. Thomas, it was colonized by the Danes. Lacking an airport, visitors arrive exclusively by sea. Much of its land is covered by Virgin Islands National Park. This has allowed St. John to remain predominantly natural and undeveloped. Capitol Reef National Park, Utah. Its natural formations are among the country's most splendid. A hidden gem in the national park system. named for dome-shaped rocks, reminiscent of the U.S. Capitol. The Bentonite Hills are a geological hallmark, shining with a color palette. Composed of bentonite clay, which expands and contracts with moisture. El Yunque National Forest, Puerto Rico. Though small, this U.S. territory surprises with its ecosystem variety. Puerto Rican rainforests offer a distinct contrast to other U.S. forests. El Yunque exhibits remarkable biodiversity, home to hundreds of species. It's the only tropical rainforest in the U.S. National Forest System. Its abundant rainfall feeds numerous streams and waterfalls, nourishing lush vegetation. Observation towers provide spectacular views of the surrounding. North Cascades National Park, Washington. Part of the Cascade Range, it features diverse ecosystems, from coniferous forests to alpine areas. Lakes such as Diablo Lake exhibit turquoise waters, a result of glacial rock grinding. Prominent among the peaks is Mount Baker. An active stratovolcano in the Pacific Ring of Fire. A winter destination due to its heavy annual snowfall. Knik Glacier, Alaska. Spanning the Chugach Mountains, this extensive ice mass unfolds. Glacial waters give rise to the Knik River, which flows northward. Passing through dense glacier ice layers, the water becomes remarkably clear. The Knik and Eklutna rivers converge at a common point. A visible separation of water occurs when one river carries more sediments. Mount Rainier National Park, Washington. It is a protected area that revolves around Mount Rainier. Because of its volcanic activity, it is considered a dangerous mountain. Rivers and waterfalls are fed by various glaciers. Paradise, known for its wildflower meadows, is located in the park's south. The lower elevations teem with coniferous forests. Maroon Bells, Colorado. Two peaks, Maroon and North Maroon, are named for their reddish hue. They are surrounded by alpine meadows, crystal clear lakes, and dense forests. They undergo dramatic seasonal transformations, especially in the fall, when the aspen trees turn golden yellow. Aspen, located northeast, lies in the heart of the Rocky Mountains. It is known as a ski destination for the wealthy. It combines a historic architecture with modern design, reflecting both its mining heritage and its current status. Keebler Pass, a majestic mountain pass, is located in this area. In the midst of alpine meadows, it features views of the Rocky Mountains. Southward lies Telluride, nestled in a U-shaped canyon. Characterized by Victorian architecture, it reflects its Old West mining town past. Nearby are the stunning Bridal Veil Falls, Colorado's tallest. Molokai, Hawaii. Known for its pristine nature and serene atmosphere. A haven for those seeking Hawaii's most traditional essence. With a small population resistant to tourist development. To the north, one of the world's highest sea cliffs rises from the ocean. Glacier Bay National Park and Preserve, Alaska. Home to numerous glaciers descending from the snowy peaks of the Fairweather and St. Elias Ranges. The landscape is marked by fjords and bays, carved by glacial activity. Glacier flow into the bay provides exceptional iceberg observation opportunities. Inaccessible by road, most visitors reach the park by sea. Atchafalaya Basin, Louisiana. The largest wetland in the United States. Bayous are vital, defining this enormous area. Their slow-moving waters create an intricate network of waterways. It is home to the country's largest remaining coastal cypress swamps. Featuring various adaptations for flooded habitats. The waters and their surroundings are plagued by alligators. This area boasts one of the largest concentrations of these animals on the continent. Gulf Islands National Seashore, Florida. Encompassing several islands and coastal stretches along the Gulf of Mexico. Located on a barrier island, it features extensive white sand beaches. A crucial point for Florida's wildlife and bird migration. The area also boasts rich marine life. In the Gulf of Mexico, thousands of species such as bottlenose dolphin thrive. Social and intelligent, some dolphins have become accustomed to human interaction. Girdwood, Alaska. Located in southern Alaska is this intimate resort community. It was originally established as a gold mining camp. Nestled in a valley surrounded by mountain peaks. In winter, Girdwood becomes a snowy wonderland. It serves as an access point to many glaciers in the voluminous Chugach ice field. Here, ice towers called seracs rise alongside deep crevasses in the glacier. Alviso Marina County Park, California. Acting as a gateway to the expansive wetlands of the San Francisco Bay. The red waters result from a natural phenomenon. Increased nutrients and warm temperatures foster algae blooms. Some algae species produce reddish pigments, giving the water this hue. Carlsbad Caverns National Park, New Mexico. It encloses one of the largest cave networks in the world. The caverns were formed when sulfuric acid dissolved limestone, creating broad, underground chambers. This resulted in the formation of stalactites, stalagmites, and columns. The Big Room, a wide natural underground chamber, is particularly noteworthy. Mono Lake, California. East of the Sierra Nevada lies this great saline lake. Believed to be at least 760,000 years old, it is one of North America's oldest lakes. The absence of outflows and high evaporation rates cause high salinity levels, limiting life. Tufa towers rise from parts of the lake. Formed by the interaction of freshwater springs and the lake's alkaline water. Thor's Well, Oregon. This natural sinkhole at Cape Perpetua appears to swallow the sea. It's thought to have been a sea cave whose roof collapsed. At high tide, water shoots upward from the well. Despite its beauty, it can be dangerous due to unpredictable waves. Monoma Falls, Oregon. Renowned for its impressive height, set in a memorable natural landscape. The falls cascade in two major steps, with Benson Bridge spanning between them. It's Oregon's tallest waterfall, with water originating from Larch Mountain. Great Sand Dunes National Park and Preserve, Colorado. Home to the tallest sand dunes in North America. They originated from sediments accumulated by rivers that once traversed the San Luis Valley. The enormous sand fields allow for activities like sandboarding, similar to snowboarding, but gliding over sand. Mesa Verde National Park, Colorado. Established in 1906 to protect the remarkable remains of ancient Puebloan communities. Dwellings were constructed in natural alcoves within canyon walls. The largest structure is Cliff Palace, a complex with over 150 rooms and kivas. Outer Banks, North Carolina. A chain of barrier islands off the coast. It's where the Wright brothers first took flight. Features range from serene beaches to huge expanses of sand. Beautiful beach houses line the shore. However, their location makes them susceptible to coastal erosion and hurricanes. Bighorn Canyon National Recreation Area, Montana and Wyoming. A gorge stretching along the border between the two states. Formed by millions of years of geological activity and fluvial erosion by the Bighorn River. The bighorn sheep, an emblematic species of the American West, resides in the area's mountains. Adirondack Mountains, New York. Unlike many other ranges, these mountains are still growing. They contain over 100 peaks, the highest points in New York State. Notable for thousands of water bodies, including lakes and ponds. Some feature small islands with chapels. Quaint towns cluster around Lake George, dubbed the Queen of American Lakes. Grand Falls, Arizona. Its unique appearance earns it the nickname Chocolate Falls. Located within the Navajo Nation, which oversees these lands, rainfall grants it a distinctiveness among waterfalls, though it doesn't always maintain this aspect. The Little Colorado River carries clay and sediments, tinting the waters with chocolate brown hues. Mammoth Cave National Park, Kentucky. Like a hidden giant beneath the earth, this is the world's largest cave system. The most frequented is Mammoth Cave, used by humans since prehistoric times. Inside, fossils of animals that lived millions of years ago have been found. Visitors can explore chambers and passageways, including narrower, labyrinthine areas. Mammoth Lakes, California. Located on the edge of the Long Valley caldera, it is an area known for significant volcanic activity. Many lakes are fed by meltwater. The region also boasts various natural hot springs. Some are accessible for visitors to enjoy a soak. Petrified Forest National Park, Arizona. These badlands were formed about 200 million years ago. They hold one of the world's largest concentrations of petrified wood. Over centuries, these trees have turned to stone. During the late Triassic, fallen trees in river channels were buried under volcanic sediments, becoming petrified. White Sands National Park, New Mexico. Home to the world's largest gypsum dune field. The pure form of this mineral is translucent or white, which gives the dunes their distinctive color. Lake Otero once covered much of this basin, thousands of years ago. It dried up, leaving behind gypsum deposits. Surrounding the dune field, the landscape encompasses mountains and the Chihuahuan Desert. Bonneville Salt Flats, Utah. Located west of the Great Salt Lake, it's the largest salt flat in the country. In colder seasons, rainwater exceeds evaporation, forming temporary pools. Its expanse allows for extreme speed events. Its extreme flatness makes it an ideal setting for attempting speed records. Trona Pinnacles, California. Hundreds of tufa spires rise from the Mojave Desert's floor. Originating from geothermal activity in an ancient lakebed during the Pleistocene. This desolate landscape has served as a filming location for several science fiction movies, including Planet of the Apes. The Ozarks. Stretching from Missouri to Oklahoma, through Arkansas, and reaching southeastern Kansas. This region is one of the oldest geological areas in North America. Covered in dense forests, featuring uninhabited expanses. Dotted with a network of lakes, including Lake of the Ozarks, nicknamed the Missouri Dragon due to its shape. Chiricahua National Monument, Arizona. Encompassing a substantial area of rock pillars. These are remnants of a massive volcanic eruption about 27 million years ago. Over time, the dense ash solidified, forming the current structures. Monument Rocks, Kansas. Also known as the Chalk Pyramids, these structures stand out as chalk arches on the horizon. They are a prominent landmark in the plains of Kansas. Dating back to the Cretaceous period, when a sea covered central North America. They hold numerous fossils, including remains of fish, sea turtles, and mosasaurs. St. Augustine, Florida. The oldest city in the United States, established by Spanish explorers. Founded in 1565 by Pedro Menendez de Avilés, though others had arrived earlier in search of the Fountain of Youth. Overlooking Matanzas Bay stands the Castillo de San Marco. a 17th century Spanish fortress. It was built to better protect the city, following frequent pirate attacks. The historic center is traversed by some of the country's oldest streets. San Diego, California. Near the Mexican border, this city boasts one of the nation's most pleasant climates. It serves as the main base for the U.S. Navy's Pacific Fleet. Among its historical sites, Balboa Park stands out, hosting various international expositions. To the west, it borders the Pacific Ocean, a prime spot for blue whale watching. The best reason for sightings is summer, when they approach the coast in search of krill-rich waters. Mackinac Island, Michigan. Situated in Lake Huron, it has been a tourist destination since the late 19th century. Its preserved historical ambiance gives visitors a sense of stepping back in time. Horse-drawn carriages, bicycles, and walking are the primary modes of transport. The Grand Hotel, near the center with Victorian architecture, boasts the world's longest hotel porch. Miami, Florida. Nestled between the Everglades and the Atlantic, it's a wealthy metropolis. Cultural and architectural influences from the Caribbean have blossomed here. Dubbed the cruise capital of the world. The Port of Miami sees millions of passengers annually. The city's core is on the shores of Biscayne Bay, home to numerous natural and artificial islands. Among the artificial ones, the Venetian islands stand out. Featuring luxurious waterfront residences. Adjacent is Star Island, known for its opulent mansions and distinguished residents. Each mansion typically boasts a unique architectural design. San Francisco, California. Its wealth stems from the mid-19th century gold rush, making it one of the country's most prosperous cities. A hub of technological innovation near Silicon Valley, the metropolitan area is known for its steep hills. The historic cable cars, launched in the late 19th century, are a popular tourist attraction. In the city's north, the Golden Gate Bridge spans the strait of the same name. Fog rolls in, creating a mystical atmosphere. This strait includes Alcatraz Island, it once served as a maximum security prison. Los Angeles, California. Commonly known as LA, it's the cultural and economic heart of California. The San Gabriel Mountains to the northeast provide a scenic backdrop. Los Angeles is renowned for housing Hollywood, the cornerstone of the global film industry. Associated with entertainment, Beverly Hills is a hub of luxury residences. From this neighborhood, the Hollywood Hills are visible, home to the famous sign. To the west, LA borders the Pacific Ocean, featuring beaches like Santa Monica. Adjacent Venice Beach is known for its vibrant boardwalk, street performances, and skate and surf culture. Chicago, Illinois. The most populous city in the Midwest, located along the southwestern coast of Lake Michigan. This lake is one of the 5 Great Lakes of North America, and the largest entirely within one country. The legacy of the 1920s and 1930s gangs and gangsters remains part of its character. The city's central district is known as the Loop, named after the elevated train tracks encircling it. New York, New York. Arguably the most famous city in the world, located on Manhattan Island. Its iconic skyline is a collection of skyscrapers and historic buildings. The Empire State Building, once the world's tallest, stands out. The One World Trade Center stands on the original World Trade Center site, a testament to the city's resilience. Central Park dominates the city's core, offering a green retreat. At the southern tip stands the Statue of Liberty, a global symbol of freedom and democracy. The Brooklyn Bridge, another landmark, is considered a forerunner of modern suspension bridges. Washington, D.C. The nation's capital and hub of the federal government. The Capitol serves as the meeting place for the United States Congress. Its dome blends elements from St. Peter's Basilica in Rome and the Pantheon in Paris, creating a magnificent structure. Surrounded by iconic monuments, the National Mall is an enormous central park. The Washington Monument honors George Washington, the country's first president. Serving as both the residence and office of the president, the White House is a national symbol. The Lincoln Memorial honors Abraham Lincoln, regarded as one of America's greatest presidents. As the country's highest court, the Supreme Court makes decisions of significant national importance. Boston, Massachusetts. One of the oldest and most culturally rich cities in the country. It stands as the heart of New England. Here, colonial history intertwines with modern architecture. Boston played a pivotal role in events leading to the American Revolution, including the Boston Tea Party and the Boston Massacre. It's a leading center for innovation and creativity. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It served as the nation's capital until 1800. Situated between the Delaware and Schuylkill rivers, it's midway between New York City and Washington, D.C. Regarded as the birthplace of independence due to its role in the American Revolution. Independence Hall is where both the Declaration of Independence and the United States Constitution were crafted. The Philadelphia Museum of Art, with its collections, stands as a giant in the American art scene. Famed for the iconic steps that Rocky Balboa ascended in the movie Rocky. Las Vegas, Nevada. A monumental city, the jewel of the Mojave Desert. Its heart is the Strip, a boulevard lined with themed hotels, luxury resorts, and neon lights. It houses replicas of world wonders, like the Statue of Liberty and the Eiffel Tower. Yet, it's primarily known as Sin City for its adult entertainment offerings. Slot machines are ubiquitous. It hosts some of the world's most famous hotels and casinos. Like the Bellagio, known for its dancing fountains. The Venetian, with its indoor canals mimicking the ambiance of Venice. Caesar Palace, drawing inspiration from ancient Rome. And the Luxor Hotel, shaped like a massive Egyptian pyramid. Las Vegas's last architectural marvel is the Sphere. It's the largest spherical structure on the planet. Serving as a venue for shows, it features an expansive LED wall. Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Situated on the Piscataqua River, it's an idyllic coastal city. Founded in the 17th century, it's acknowledged as one of the earliest established cities in the United States. It exemplifies historical preservation, with ongoing efforts to maintain its architectural legacy. The city's core is its historic district, featuring cobblestone streets and well-preserved buildings. Leavenworth, Washington. This town's architectural design mirrors the charm of a Bavarian village. It features annual events such as Oktoberfest. In the 1960s, it transformed from a modest logging community into a thriving tourist destination. Moreover, it benefits from its natural surroundings, set against graceful mountainous landscapes. Santa Fe, New Mexico. The capital of New Mexico and the highest elevation state capital in the U.S. Renowned for its blend of Spanish, Native American, and Anglo-cultural traditions. The Pueblo Revival architecture features adobe buildings with thick walls and wooden beams. The Cathedral Basilica of St. Francis of Assisi stands out as a landmark. Taos, New Mexico. North of Santa Fe, its artistic community distinguishes this town. It has long been a magnet for artists drawn by the quality of light and the landscape. Adobe constructions reflect the influence of indigenous cultures. Near Taos, the Rio Grande has meticulously carved its canyon. One of the highest bridges in the United States spans it. Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. A historic small town at the confluence of the Potomac and Shenandoah rivers. It became a strategic point during the American Civil War. The surrounding area showcases beautiful landscapes. With mountains, river valleys, and a variety of natural trails. Charleston, South Carolina. Founded in 1670, it has played a significant role in the nation's historical trajectory. Known as the Holy City, for its numerous churches punctuating the cityscape. The historic district is well preserved, featuring ancient buildings and green spaces. Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. Exuding the essence of a European village, nestled in the Pocono Mountains. It was a significant hub for anthracite coal transportation in the 19th century. Its Victorian architecture is impeccably maintained, with buildings of great historical value. The Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway offers tours through the surrounding forests and rivers. Helen, Georgia. Transformed into a tourist destination, its origins lie in the lumber industry and mining. In a creative effort to reinvent itself, the town was redesigned to resemble a Bavarian village. Buildings, shops, restaurants, and hotels are crafted to mimic the style of Bavarian towns. Bar Harbor, Maine. Located on Mount Desert Island, this coastal gem boasts a rich maritime heritage. It serves as a summer retreat for the American elite in the 19th and early 20th centuries. Numerous historic mansions still grace the area. Near Bar Harbor, one finds Acadia National Park, known for its rugged coastline. The park features mountains, lakes, forests, and meadows. Park Loop Road is a scenic drive winding through parts of the park. Cape May, New Jersey. Regarded as one of the United States' earliest beach resorts, its tourism industry dates back to the mid-19th century. The town preserves one of the nation's largest collections of original Victorian buildings. Seattle, Washington. Nestled between Puget Sound and Lake Washington, it boasts views of the Olympic and Cascade Mountains. Known as the Emerald City for its lush, green landscapes that last year-round. Since the 1962 World's Fair, the Space Needle has stood as Seattle's iconic symbol. The waterfront is a must-visit, featuring a large Ferris wheel that offers stunning city and bay views. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Positioned at the confluences of three rivers, the Allegheny, the Monongahela, and the Ohio. Known as the Steel City for its historical role in steel production in the U.S. Also referred to as the City of Bridges, boasting over 440 bridges, surpassing even Venice. The Three Sisters Bridges are notable as the only trio of nearly identical bridges in the country. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Showcasing a unique blend of Native American, Spanish, and Anglo-Saxon influences. The Sandia Mountains, rising behind, are named for their reddish-purple hue at sunset. Flowing from the Colorado Mountains, the Rio Grande bisects the city. Among Albuquerque's festivals, the International Balloon Fiesta stands out. It draws hundreds of hot air balloons from around the globe, coloring the sky with various hues and thematic designs. Annapolis, Maryland. Once serving as the capital of the United States after the American Revolution. In its colonial days, it was dubbed the Athens of America for its cultural activities. The city boasts the highest number of original 18th century structures in the country. With its maritime culture, situated at the mouth of the Severn River, it's considered the sailing capital. Salt Lake City, Utah. The capital and most populous city in Utah. Situated in a valley, flanked by the Wasatch Mountains to the east and the Oquirrh Mountains to the west. Named after the Great Salt Lake, which lies to the city's west. Founded in 1847 by Mormons seeking an isolated area to practice their faith. San Juan, Puerto Rico. The capital of Puerto Rico, an unincorporated territory of the United States. It's the second oldest European established capital city in the Americas, after Santo Domingo. Old San Juan serves as the historic district, the island's oldest settlement. Its cobblestone streets are lined with vibrant colonial-style buildings. At the district's western tip lies Castillo San Felipe del Morro, a 16th-century fortress. It guards the bay's entrance, making it a key command center in the Caribbean. A few steps away is La Perla, once known as a marginalized community. Its Caribbean charm has made it a backdrop for highly successful music videos. Savannah, Georgia. Founded in 1733, it was the first planned city along with the original 13 colonies. Its layout, featuring regularly spaced garden squares, was innovative for its time. The Savannah River plays a crucial role in the city's economy with its bustling port. Frequented by tourist cruises and massive cargo ships. Others. Given its widespread area, the United States boasts countless places worth exploring. Kodachrome Basin State Park features sandstone columns, considered unique worldwide. Oregon's Sea Lion Caves is the country's largest sea cave system.